Hey, what is up guys? Jburton here, and today I'm bringing you my Demonology Warlock PvP guide for 6.2.3. And this will be part 1, which will include talents, glyphs, stats, and macros, which the macros will be in the description below, so check those out. Alright, let's move on, shall we? So, talents. In the level 15 tier, just use Dark Regeneration. It's the only one that's really worth it. The other two might be useful in PvE, but in PvP, just Dark Regeneration. In the level 30 tier, Howl of Terror and Shadow Fury are both good, but I like to go Howl of Terror because if I'm about to go Demon form and I want to get those 2 Demon Bolts off, I don't want a melee sitting on me. So this gives you some breathing room to allow you to get those 2 Demon Bolts off. But Shadow Fury is still viable as well. In the 45 tier, pretty much anything will work. If you're in a 2v2 like double burst comp, I would go Dark Bargain though. But usually in 3s, I'll go with Soul Link. And then in the 60 tier, it gets a little odd here, because as Demonology Warlock, we really want lots of mastery. So if at all possible, you want to try to be able to wear double mastery trinkets, meaning you're not going to wear the trinket that gets you out of stuff. You should be human though as well. I'm a gnome, I'm doing it wrong. But if you're a human and you take Unbound Will, you got 2 trinkets. But, I mean, you could still take Blood Horror, it's up to you. I'm actually, as a gnome, running 2 mastery trinkets and using Unbound Will as my main get out of stuff trinket. Level 75 tier. Grimoire Synergy sounds great, it looks great, and I'm sure it is great in PvE. But in PvP, not so much. The likelihood that you can get that buff on, the 15% damage increase, and have enough Demonic Fury, go Demon form, and get off, Demon Bolts without being interrupted, is very unlikely. So I would actually go Grimoire Supremacy. It allows your demon to get more health, do more damage, and the Wrathguard has a Mortal Strike debuff. I'm not sure if the Felguard has it or not, but your demon still does some decent damage though. In the level 90 tier, Archimonde's Darkness, pretty much mandatory. Our Dark Soul knowledge gives us 30% more mastery. That's huge for whenever we go demon form. Big damage increase. So getting 2 charges of this, phenomenal. And then the level 100 tier, obviously you want Demon Bolt. That's what this whole build revolves around. Spamming those giant Demon Bolts. Alright, that's it for talents. Let's move on to glyphs. Now these glyphs are what I use and what I recommend, but you don't have to use them, it's up to you. The first one is the Imp Swarm glyph, mainly because you can summon like 4 wild imps at once. And whenever they crit, I believe is how it works. Whenever they crit, you'll get that Molten buff that makes your Soulfire have a much shorter cast time and generate decent Demonic Fury. And it's a nice little on-demand burst from your imps. It's not bad. And then the second glyph, Glyph of Dark Soul, reduces the cooldown and duration of Dark Soul by 50%. It just means we're going to have a lot more uptime and opportunities where we can hurry up and go Demon form, get off a few Demon Bolts. Repeat that. They'll have 1 minute cooldowns, and we have 2 charges of it, so not bad, not bad. And then the last one, Glyph of Shadow Flame, just to get a nice little slow from Hand of Gul'dan. That's pretty much it. I'm not saying you have to use these glyphs, but it's what I prefer to use. Alright, that's it for glyphs. Now when it comes to stats, as a Demo lock, you do want to get your 4 set piece, so when your Corruption and Doom get dispelled, you get 100 Demonic Fury. This is awesome, especially if you're in Demon form. A healer's like, oh my gosh, there's a Doom on him, I'm going to dispel it. Well, you just pretty much gave the Demonology Warlock a free Demon Bolt. Pretty awesome. So you want your 4 piece. When it comes to trinkets, if you got lucky enough to get the Intelligence Mastery Accolade thing from Ashran, you want that. That is the best and rarest item you could get. And then couple it with the Mastery Trinket that has the use effect, you're doing pretty good. And of course, as I was saying, you want Mastery everywhere you can get it. And if you have blue gear that has sockets, where you can put a 75 Master Gem in it, you want that. Even over the Conquest max level PvP gear. In my opinion, of course. And so that's pretty much it for gear. Just get Master wherever you can. If you want a secondary stat, Versatility would be good. Or Haste. Okay, and when it comes to macros, like I said, I'll have those in the description below. But just to talk about which ones I have. You want like a macro for your burst to pop your use-trinket and your dark soul. 1 to fear arena targets 1, 2, or 3. 1 to use your wrathguard's stun on arena target 1, 2, 3. Just things like that. Allow you to multitask, you know, pretty easily. Alright guys, well that's it for this part 1 short guide. If you did enjoy it, please hit that subscribe button. Soon I'll be having the part 2 guide out, which will be rotations, you know, in and out of demon form, and then cooldown usage. Alright guys, take care.